Okay, it is showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody, welcome. All you guys in the archive, welcome to a very, very special episode of the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword stream. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Why is it a special episode? It's because we're going to play Zelda. Anything that involves playing Zelda is automatically special in my eyes. Oh, cannot wait. This is going to be great, I promise. Yes. Alright, so those of you guys in the archive, good morning or good evening, depending on what time you guys watch this. If you guys are in Australia, it's probably going to be good morning to you guys. If you guys are in Germany, it is good night. Yes. Hello to all of you guys in the chat right now. We got, well, actually, there is a person that was here before the stream again, which is #1 Miraculous fan. I'm assuming that's Miraculous Ladybug, I'm assuming. And also Michelle Lee and Jared, our two beautiful mods. How's the volume on the microphone? Is that okay for you guys? I'm just testing all the volume. Like, because I know that I'm adjusting the volumes. It's always an issue. We need to just do a quick volume test. But if it's fine, it's fine. And we can get going. That, I don't know, my microphone seems a little bit... Well, no, I meant good evening to the people that are in Germany, and it's, like, archive watchers. If you guys are watching live, then it's morning. Volume is all good. Okay, because OBS is showing me, like, oh no, bad things. But, looks okay. Alright, let's get started. Whoa, wait, let me get my flat surface ready for the Wii motion calibrations. SquarePan, Nicholas, hello to you both. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. We're playing Zelda. Can you believe it? We're playing Zelda! This is awesome. Lots happened over the last week. Lots to talk about. Lots of stuff actually happened. For those of you guys that don't know, there was a... No, there wasn't a. There was two. There was two major conferences that happened. One for the PlayStation, the other for Nintendo's Partners Direct, which I'd like to talk about a little bit. Well, actually, no, there's not really much to talk about. It's freaking Monster Hunter. You know, Monster Hunter game. Two Monster Hunter games on the Switch, which I'm very excited for. Okay, time for some Wretched Automatons. For those of you guys that don't remember, when we left off at the third dungeon, which is the Lanairu mining facility. Let's hope I remember how to play this game. Getting the PS5? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a long time, I think. Okay, this will take a while to get used to. There's always that calibration moment for me playing this game, because, like, I don't know, with every Zelda game, the controls just feel slightly different. But yes, the PS5, I'm gonna wait a bit, I think. It's gonna be like what I did with the PS4. I really like the PS4 a lot, but I didn't like the software that was out for a long time, and I didn't want to buy a console specifically just to play one game. It was fine for the Switch, because the Switch was, like, the only... Oh, sorry, Breath of the Wild was the only game I wanted to play in that time period, so I was okay with buying it just for that. You know, it's an exception, but when it comes to... Let's fight this guy as it is. Nice. Oh, right, this is the one where... This... Hang on, I'll hold that thought. Nope. Pick it up! Ugh! Okay, that's my last bomb. Okay, we have to hit both of those switches, I'm assuming. Sorry, bear with me, I barely remember this dungeon. Probably need to get some more bombs, too. But yes, yeah, I really don't like the idea of getting it just for the one console. Oh, sorry, for the one game. Because at launch, the only game that's of note is the Demon's Souls remake, which I have a lot of thoughts about. As someone that played the original Demon's Souls on the PlayStation 3 numerous times. I guess I have to use the beetle to pick it up? Yeah, we'll use the beetle. It's the exciting part because we don't know. There's this. See, this is the thing though about playing another Zelda game for the first time in a long time. Is that like, yeah, like kind of, oh, we get to slowly figure out each of the dungeons. Like, I remember being very pleasantly surprised by the first dungeon, because I remember thinking that dungeon was kind of boring. But then now, it's like, oh, actually the structuring, purely from a design perspective, it's very well put together. Oh, I don't think we need to do that. Okay. Yeah, and honestly, that's the thing though, like, there's a lot of, like, honestly, like, let the fanboys fight over the pre-orders. Ooh. That's, like, on the dot. Okay, yeah, let the fanboys fight over the pre-orders for the launch. It's going to be just like the PlayStation 4 for me, where I was only interested in a couple of games, and I think I'm gonna wait for like more games to come out, because I didn't get a PS4 until 2016. No, 2017. 2017. I remember that was one of the first things I bought with the revenue money at YouTube. Yes, I'm sorry. These are my confessions. But yeah, I bought that. The only games that I had were Nier Automata, which was at the time an exclusive, and then we had Persona 5, which is still an exclusive. Hello! Glad you could join us today. Oh, wait, this was a mistake. Why did I do that? Why? But yes, there's a lot that can be said about the PS5 reveal, though, because they revealed Final Fantasy 15, which is, again, like, the venerated series that I'm very excited to see more of. Oh, man. I'm very happy because they're returning to their medieval aesthetic roots. Like, I like the, you know, I like the cyberpunk, steampunk aesthetics that they went for in other games, but it's cool to have a return, and that's something I've wanted for a while as well. The thing is, though, all people are analyzing the heck out of the Final Fantasy 16 trailer, and I don't know why. Like, there's really nothing about it except for just the basic premise, but a lot of people are, like, analyzing that, oh, like, the cast is going to be like this, or it's gonna... It just seems like a waste of time to analyze it so much. Like, I get, you know, if it's fun for you, great. Okay. Okay, you know what? You could always move. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, I need to sit a little bit more in front of my TV. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta get lucky and aim blindly. We'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, Final Fantasy 15. Like, I don't know. I'd love to see if the classes made a return, or the jobs. That would be great. Doubtful, but like, you know, it'd be nice to see like it just go really all in with like the classical elements. I miss Twilight Princess, where you could run and swing at the same time. Like, they'd be very weak hits, but it'd be good for like getting rid of the trash mobs like this. Alright. But yeah, what else? Oh, Devil May Cry Special Edition. Devil May Cry 5 was one of the best games of 2019. I don't think it's worth buying a new console to play the Special Edition, but like, if I ever do get around to getting a PS5, then that's definitely gonna be on my list, because Devil May Cry 5 is freaking great. What is the point in these? But yeah, what else happened? Oh! Wait. Hang on, sorry. Sorry, what's been going on with everyone else's week? A lot of stuff happened. Like, I could talk more about the PS5, but really all it boils down to is, Like, I mean, like, you know, God of War Ragnarok, I guess. I didn't like 2018 as much as everyone else did. It was a solid game. I'll say that much. It was a solid game. And there's nothing wrong with them taking a new direction from the old ones, because I think it's good if games in a series kind of change things up. It's just that the entire time I was thinking to myself, what if... No, wait, we need the gust bellows for this one. It's just like, what if we took the concepts of God of War and then made it into a next-gen experience? That was kind of something that I was hoping for. What's the point in this? Oh, okay. This is bizarre. I feel like I did this wrong somehow, but... Huh? Okay, so I just climb on this. See, I was expecting like a climb option on the box, like most other Zelda games did. Yeah, let's see. Oh, you know, I should probably sit a little bit more in front of the TV, because the Wii sensor bar only goes so far. The thing I like about this game is that I'm slowly realizing that this game is actually a lot of fun. Because I remember, like, having... Yeah, again, like, I'll say this every single time, because I think not everyone's going to be... That was a mistake. My Z button is getting sticky. Or is it? I have to clean that later. Ugh. Okay, but yeah, I said this before, but one of the big things about this particular game is that I had different expectations, and I think like this last PS5 conference kind of reminded me of that. Back in 2011, when this game came out, this game was good, but I remember being kind of disappointed because it didn't fulfill all my expectations of what I wanted in a game. Like, I wanted something more violent, because when you're a teenager, that's what you expect. That's what you want in your video games, the violence. And I was like, I never really saw it. Also, like, I didn't like that there was just so much stuff in between dungeons, but I realize now that having more stuff in between dungeons actually makes the world feel more real. You know, stuff like that, like... Like, you know, it didn't really have a dark tone. Like, Zelda never shies away from having dark stuff in it, but, like, this was, like, the one where it didn't really have much in the way. I was kind of expecting a Twilight Princess 2.0, essentially. And the thing is, though, is I remember being disappointed. I never really considered that, hey, when you're a developer, you expect... Yeah, you know, you want to have a certain kind of vision, and... that vision won't necessarily mix with what everyone necessarily wants. And that's kind of the annoying part when it comes to the interaction between developers and consumers, is that they wanna have this dynamite idea, but then people don't accept it on its own terms. So basically, the whole thing though was that I was disappointed, and around that time period I bought a PS3, actually. It was a PS3. I've never played any other consoles that weren't Nintendo consoles. I got a PS3, and I played Dark Souls, which also came out in 2011. I played Dark Souls, I played Dragon Age, and these were all different games that, like, they all had these different ideas that I really, really enjoyed. But ironically, it was by playing those games... How do I fight these guys? Oh boy. This could go poorly. I guess if they see me, they pop up. Nope. That one didn't see me. Okay. I guess slingshots? I'm assuming I need to use a slingshot to fight those guys. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to bomb those later. But yeah, I played like a bunch of other games on the PS3 that I felt would have like suited that, or would have sated that appetite that I had. And ironically, by playing those games, I actually developed a better appreciation for the Zelda games. Come on, never appreciate that though. That was a problem. But I think that's the most important thing that people need to realize too, is that like they want to make something, and it's important to, you know, it's good to have expectations. It's good to hold games to a standard. That's fine. But at the same time, you also need to consider that what you expect isn't necessarily what they were even aiming for in the first place. So, you know, it's kind of that give and take. I think it's important to have an open mind for these kinds of things as well. But that's what I think that's what playing this game again has sort of taught me. I freaking love Dark Souls. Twilight Princess 2.0 would have been nice. I don't know, like it's hard to say for sure. I feel like whenever a new Zelda game's announced, people hope that it would like give that same sense. But the thing about Twilight Princess is that that game in and of itself was kind of a... It felt almost like Ocarina of Time, just darker. Which was weird, because Ocarina was also pretty dark in and of itself. It was a really, really good game, though. Oh... Oh, I forgot these guys existed. Alright. Oh. I totally forgot. I forgot everything about this dungeon. This feels great. Why? Okay, how do I do this? Whoop! Okay, fine. I guess we'll just slingshot those guys to death? Also, I should... My laptop fell asleep, I'm sorry. I should put it in front of me so it's easier to read. Hang on. Let's look at the map for a second while I fix this. It doesn't have to be on a stand, it could just be... Sorry. Unfortunately, I'm bound by the wrist strap, so things are gonna look a little bit weird. Hopefully I don't end up hitting my laptop while I play. Okay. I'm assuming gotta hit those guys with a slingshot. Making the very bold assumption that, like a Zelda game, you have to hit things in the eye. Oh, that's devious. Wait, is that... Does it only fall on the left side? Okay, wait, let's see what's on this side first. This is a problem. You can chop them. Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Gerard. Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing you can attack them with a sword. It's weird because, like, part of my memory of Skyward Sword is that there's a lot of enemies that you couldn't beat with your sword, which I thought was kind of odd. Oh no. Come on. I just hope there aren't any, like, points in the game where I need to reliably do a roll attack. Like, in a clutch situation, because that's just... That's probably not an option. Like, the stamina in this game, it's not that bad, it's just it does have that element of... Gotcha, okay, okay. As soon as I saw the lights, I was thinking, oh, okay, so horizontal, horizontal, and then stab. See, that's fairly intuitive. Oh, thank goodness, I don't have to... Yeah, the thing about the stamina, I think I mentioned this last week, is that, like, it's very calculated, and I can see why people don't like that, because it just feels like another thing that it's essentially hand-holding you with, where you can only, like, progress on this specific route because that's where we put the fruits. Interesting. What else happened this week that was interesting? Oh, Mario happens. The Mario release that everyone was excited for, and then suddenly wasn't excited for because they realized, wait a minute, it's not perfect emulation. It's one of those things, again, like, I mentioned before, one of the things about... I'm not saying that it's a good thing, by the way, that the emulations weren't, like, pristine. But the thing is, though, the big issue that I take with a lot of this, though, is that the people that care about that kind of stuff aren't the people that are going to consume the product, so to speak. It's like... Wait, where do I... Yes. It's one of those things where, like, a lot of people say that, you know, Nintendo hates money because they don't pander to my specific needs. But the thing is, though, is that with them... Do I just shoot them? Wait, hang on, let's find this out. Oh! Okay! That's cool. I should stop saying cool so much. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth whenever I hear someone say very cool. That's a very interesting way to go about the level design, Nintendo. But yeah, it's one of those things, though, where, like the people that are online actually don't represent a very large part of, like, Nintendo's customer base. It's very annoying. I get why that would be a point of frustration for people. Yes, they $20, $60 for well, technically only one of them is 20 years old. I think the other ones aren't. This is the tricky game here. Oh, okay. Well, we're not good at this. Wait. Do I have to wait for him to... Did I have to... I don't think I had to angle it, though. But see, that's kind of the thing, though, is that, like, it's a very tricky game that they're playing here, because essentially, a lot of people haven't played those games, so for them that would be worth it. But then for the people that are, like, all over the emulation, and they're all over the, you know, like, over, like, getting all these games again, yes, it sucks that Nintendo charges that much, but at the same time, it's like... Let's see if I can hit these guys. But at the same time, it's also, like, stop being so cheap. It's either you pay up or you shut up, essentially, for lack of a better phrasing. Not to say that I think Nintendo is justified, but it is literally one of those scenarios where if you don't like it, then no one's telling you to buy it. And, you know, and then the limited release thing I thought was also kind of stupid. Like, why? Why the limited release? Because I think this, the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, that was limited release. I think you... Because I don't think you can buy that separately. I think you need to buy that through, you can only get that through a pre-order, I think. But that, again, that had, like, so much content in it as well, so I think that would be justified. Not to mention, like, the games that it comes with are amazing. Oh, no. That's so bizarre. Okay. Oh! No! Yeah, and the lack of Galaxy 2 I thought was weird. But yeah, that's the thing though, like, what's the point of... I feel like this is gonna be important, and this is like one per dungeon, and that means I missed it. Okay, let's go back. Oh, no, we don't have to go back! Sweet! Wait, what was up here? Let's find out. Is this the Gust Bellows? I think this is the Gust Bellows. Yes, the best Super Smash Bros. Equipment ever. Alright, we got the best Super Smash Bros. Item. Oh no, they... Oh, wait. Oh, it's like a reverse Luigi's Mansion. But that's the other thing too, I don't know, like, I guess for me, the reason why I don't complain as much about it as much as everyone else would is just because this is like... It's 3 games, 2 of which I don't particularly care about or have already beaten, and 1 that, again, I don't want to pay $60 to buy 1 game that I could easily maybe ask someone who has a copy of it. I guess that's the difference too, like, I know people. I know people that would, like, let me borrow their copy of Galaxy, whereas 64, I already have it. Yeah, see, if this was Breath of the Wild, like, that's the thing. The funny thing about playing Breath of the Wild is that you kind of notice all the different puzzles and how easily they could be done in that game, compared to this one. You have to follow all the steps. Nothing wrong with having structure in your games, but like the structure was so freeform in Breath of the Wild that we kind of forgot about that. Mr. Quick, is this my first playthrough? No, this is my third playthrough, but my previous 2 playthroughs were one after the other back in 2011. So I actually effectively forgot a lot of things about this game, like a lot of things. That's what makes Zelda so fun, you get to rediscover the games. Oh, right, we're back here. Sweet. Bear with me, I'm not very good at the movement controls. I noticed this, whenever I play a new 3D Zelda game, the movement controls, they're just, because I'm so used to... I thought there was a platform. No, it's just that, like, I'm so used to the movements of those games that... Why don't you jump far enough? Well, I guess I missed those hearts then. Because I remember in Twilight Princess, like, the first 5 seconds of playing that game felt so different from Wind Waker, which I had played a lot of. There was no delay. Okay. What do I do here? No, I think we just go back. But yeah, it's one of those things too where, like, I just... You know, if you've never played the games, that might as well be the thing. But people don't like, you know, the aspect ratios are weird. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't like it, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, what do you do? Like, what do you do? You just, like, honestly, personally, I would just forget about it if it's really that much of a problem. But yeah, there are, that's the thing though, like, I'm not saying that Nintendo's justified, because it's like, there are collections out there that cost half as much for more content. But, like, thing is though, then that you have to ask yourself, is it worth buying these games for that much? And, you know, it's different for... Oh, wait, no, I have to use the block. It's... okay. Because, yeah, like, there was a port this year, actually, Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition, and they sold it for $20 for a game that I had already played many times before. Actually, was it $20? I think it might have been a little bit more than that, because I'm Canadian. Yeah, like a little bit more than $20, and it's just one game, whereas you can get a collection for $20 that's 3 games. But the thing is, though, I had no problem because I loved that game so much, and it had just, like, it had one extra feature that I thought was justified in getting it again. This is cool, I like this. It's exceptionally neat. Wait a minute. No, there's too much sand. You don't have to be here, you know. You can leave. Yes! Oh yeah, what else happens? I beat Doom Eternal yesterday. Doom Eternal. I played a lot of games this year. That has to be one of my favorite ones from this year. I love Doom 2016, but this game, like, it's better in my opinion, it's better than Doom 2016 in every respect. In every aspect, it's a better game, and I'm all for that. And ironically, very, very incidentally, the way that they handle exploration in that game actually made me more excited for Metroid Prime 4, which is odd considering that you'd think they were such different games. But it's kind of like what I mentioned with the whole Dark Souls, Skyward Sword conundrum, is that, like, with Metroid Prime, people can complain that maybe it's not as action-y as they would have liked. But for me, I got my action fix by playing Doom Eternal, so I'm gonna really enjoy the exploration elements. And the exploration in that game was very well done. Like, I was worried when they introduced, like, wall climbing. I was like, oh no. But then I saw how well it was, and I was like, oh good. I totally forgot about this. But yeah, Doom Eternal, if you have a decent PC, I totally recommend getting it. It's really, really good. Oh, also, if you're not squeamish, that's the other thing too. If you're not squeamish, or you have a sick sense of humor like I do, then get Doom Eternal. Yeah, see, this is a fancy-looking chest. I remember in Twilight Princess, like, the really teeny tiny chests would have keys in them, and I'm like, why? Will I make videos on Age of Calamity? Absolutely. I am a huge fan of Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U was probably my favorite game on that platform. No, well, not probably. It definitely was. That was like, yeah. The Wii U was a bit of a mixed bag, but I think... Wait, is there... Sorry, hang on. Let me think for a second. How do I get to that side? Am I supposed to get to that side? I feel like I went the wrong way. Wait, let's go back. But yes, the Wii U, my favorite game on the platform was actually Hyrule Warriors. I liked it a lot. So, the fact that we are getting another one for the Switch... We're getting one for the Switch. I don't know if, like, that's the thing, like, I'm not entirely sure about guide content, but since this is going to be a completely original game, I am very much looking forward to seeing just like, what kind of content I can make. Like, you know, like maybe something like I still want to do the Warrior Showcase. I don't think it'll be as much because there's a part of me that believes that they're not going to go too crazy with the roster. I'd like to be wrong. And they actually do go nuts with the roster like they did with Hyrule Warriors. So yes. Come on, man, what are you doing? What are you doing? What was the point in this? What? Why? Oh, you have to cut the... What? What's... Okay, that's not gonna work. Sorry, I'm so used to Doom where, like... Nope, that didn't work either. What's the point in you? What? 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 Okay, let's figure this out then, shall we? Use the beetle. Okay. If you could drop a heart for me, that would be very appreciated. I won. I'm gonna die. Centrobe. Security drill was built in ancient times. There's an arm of missiles fired from a central turret and flying bombs from both the sides. Analysis suggests you can repel the missiles fired from the central turret, such as your shield. Oh no. Okay, we need a shield. Why'd I have to hit it multiple times? We already have enough trouble as it is. Okay, fine. No, what are you doing? I swung it down. I swung it down, I promise. Okay. At least we know we have to use a shield. The problem now is, can we use the shield reliably? We're gonna find out. Okay. Where did we come from? This way. Oops. Okay, wait, let's practice for a second. So, okay, I'm gonna have to, yeah, part of it is also the positioning of the nunchucks in front of the motion sensor bar. I've had problems with the nunchucks in the past. It's nothing to do with the game, it's actually to do with my own hardware. What I like about this too is that these... this reminds me a little bit of Oracle of Seasons, where you had the magnets, you had the magnet gloves, and the majority of the stuff that you had to magnetize are south, which is the red color. Sorry, no. Was that south? Yeah, and then north was the repel color for the most part. Okay, now we know what we need to do. I'm glad we bought the shield, and we reinforced it last time, so it should be a little bit better. This guy's gonna be hounding us the entire time, so we gotta... That's annoying. Again, I got the positioning wrong. I don't believe it is possible to use the sword to bring it back, or to repel it. There we go. It's tougher than most bosses, I think. I'm pretty sure that was tougher than most of the bosses in this game. But we're done. Now, what else happened this week? Okay, so yeah, Mario came out. Personally, I'm not really like a big Mario guy. But I don't know. Like, I think just the idea that they were able to bring them back to some capacity was nice enough for me, but some people will think otherwise. I don't know. Like Mario 64, I didn't really like all that much. Part of it was just that I wasn't used to the controls. I think that might have been a big part. It's just that I felt like it was improved upon so much in other games that going back to it kind of feels... It feels a little bit quaint. A little bit antiquated. Sunshine I really liked. I have really fond memories of that game, but it wasn't the kind of game where, like, I feel like the need to replay it. Whereas Galaxy was the only one that I haven't played. Yes! Let's go nuts! Aww. Well, subverts your expectation, huh? Yes. Awesome. Yeah, definitely gonna have to get shields repairs. Can't believe I need shields repairs on a Zelda game. Can you imagine needing to repair your shield? What else? Let's see, Mario happened, I beat Doom, which I super enjoyed. I gotta say, like, I know that there were a lot of memes about, like, Doom mixing with Animal Crossing, because those two came out in the same day. It's kind of funny, because I think those two games actually pair very well together, ironically. Because, like, one is, like, you relax, not very much happens, it's just very chill, laid back, there's no sense of urgency whatsoever. And then Doom Eternal is, like, all the urgency. It's great. Oh yeah, I remember people were complaining, there was a lot of drama around the price of the PS5 games. That it's $70. I'm from Canada, so with tax, most of the Switch games that I have to buy are like in the $91 mark. It's so upsetting, but like that's the thing though. Like I guess that's why I'm not as inclined to complain, because I've understood from the start that games are expensive, and unless you buy them used, and that's actually why I don't like digital that much either. Like digital can give really good sales, but the thing is though, is that those sales are out of your control when they happen. So it is entirely possible to get more affordable games by going pure digital, but the idea of being able to borrow from people is kind of lost on you. Also, yeah, oh yeah, Markman, I didn't realize you were here when I mentioned that Canadians have to pay $90. Oh yeah, but that's kind of the issue though. It's just like, yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. This hobby is expensive, and people don't understand that, or people kind of forgot about that, or conveniently all forgot about that at the same time. Like I hate to say it, but yeah, games are expensive. I love the gust bellows. The thing is though, I don't believe the gust bellows had much use past the original point. But past this dungeon, did it? I'm actually not sure. It's nice though. Well, actually yeah, there is that side quest. There's that side quest where you have to clean an entire house using the gust bellows. Oh yeah, there's that Let's Player, Chugga Conroy. I'm not very familiar with his work. But I know that he did a Xenoblade Chronicles Let's Play that people really liked, and he started Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Wait, where? Hang on, sorry. Before I continue that point, I can't go there. Like, there's supposed to be a time crystal here, yeah? Hang on, let's put on our thinking caps for a second before I continue that. And I can't just leave. I missed something important, didn't I? Maybe the beetle? When in doubt, use the beetle? Can you clear the dust in the treasure room? Very good suggestion. That is probably a thing, because that is like the one place I haven't looked. Okay, so, yes. Here we go. There it is. There it is. But yeah, I'm not very familiar with his work, but he started Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I'm very excited for. Like, I don't really watch Let's Plays. I'm likely not going to watch this one, but it is nice to see Xenoblade Chronicles 2 get more recognition. And see more content of it produced, because yeah, that game came out 3 years ago. I stopped making videos for it because I felt like I did everything I really wanted to do with that game. I recently replayed that game, and I loved it a lot. A lot more, actually. How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh, don't mind if I do. Ow. I thought it was fast enough, but no. Okay. But yes, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I replayed it recently this year, and I think I enjoyed it more this year in 2020 than I did in 2017, because like my perspective on games in general has changed a lot. Whereas in 2017, I think a lot of my enjoyments of the game just came from, like, you know, the 2017, there weren't very many games on Switch, and I kind of defaulted to that one. And it just so happened that I wanted to make a lot of videos about it too, so it was great. So yeah, Chuck Conroy's working. But that's not the important part. The important part is that my buddy, NL, Mr. Holmes himself, is actually contributing to a lot of the research for that game to help him understand the combat better, which is pretty cool, because I know that NL's a big fan of him. So I remember, like, he was, I don't know if it was him or someone else, or another Xenoblade content creator, that wanted to do, like, one of the dreams was to do a collab with Chuck Conroy, because he's very well known for the Xenoblade Let's Play. So if it's not him, then it's someone else. But other than that, though, like, I know that this is something that he's like really, really excited for. I'm really happy for him. Okay, we don't need to. Do I need to use the bomb beetle for that guy that's over there? Let's find out. It's not even just that, it's still the story itself. You know, we actually got time. We can talk about Xenoblade 2's story. It has its issues, which I'll get into right now. So here's the thing. Xenoblade 2, it does a lot to convey having a different, or a very large, vast world, both in terms of the structuring of the world, as well as the lore of the world. And I think that's what makes it so interesting to me. Wait, I don't want to... Is this possible? Hang on, timeout. Is this possible? Do I need to... Wait. There's a... Oh! Okay. Okay, so... yeah, okay, so the thing is... it's a very, very large world. Alrest is a huge place with a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to say that the story of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is a mess, but I want to say that it's messy. It's messy in the sense that it has a lot of ideas, but not every idea will necessarily... Ooh, that was nice. Not every idea will necessarily be used in the main story, but certainly be used in side content like main quests. So a lot of the stuff that they bring up, some people will assume that it's foreshadowing, some people will say it is world building, and sometimes it kind of gets confused between the two. It doesn't, like, it struggles to decide whether it's going to be that or not. Wait, hang on. Something over here, right? Huh. But that's what it is, though. Like, it has a lot of different ideas, and it has a lot of nice ideas, too. A lot of really, really good ideas. But the thing is, though, is that not all of them will necessarily pay off. It's one of those things where, like, at first glance, everything seems very confusing and baffling. But once you let all the dust settle, and that's why I say it's messy and not a mess, is because once everything does settle, everything still forms a cohesive whole. It's just that so much information is thrown at you that you're not entirely sure. And that's why I disagree with people that say that the first few chapters are very slow. Because they're using that to dump all the exposition to establish the motivations for every single character and why they go on this journey. And I think that's why people tend to get a little bit, like, baffled by that choice, because most of the time you would, like, evenly distribute information revelation over time. But it's because later on they want to introduce even more stuff. It's just basically doing the basic framework of the world building. So, yeah, you know, it's interesting because, like, I'm looking back at that one, the story's not perfect, but it's great, and it has a lot of interesting themes, and like I said, with the whole the messy element, is that it throws a lot of those themes out. It throws a lot of those themes out for people to see, but sometimes it'll switch over to focusing on another theme in that exact same chapter. A lot of it too is that it's very episodic. Every chapter is like an episode of a TV show, so like a lot of the characters and cast will get switched around and they'll focus on a different idea. It's not the perfect structure, especially considered like, you know, Xenoblade 1, it's very, very streamlined. But when it came to 2, let's blow this guy up. When it came to 2 though, again, like I like it for its ambition, that it tried to throw in a lot of ideas at once. And the thing is, it works better in the context of a video game. Oh, wait, did I fall? In the context of a video game, it makes more sense to have a story like that, simply because there's all this optional content that you can do, potentially missable content early on. Whoa. I'd say that like the combat of Xenoblade 2 is very emblematic of the game itself, where like so much information is thrown at you that it seems confusing, but once you kind of put it all down on paper, it makes a lot more sense, and it's a very enjoyable experience as a result. Can I do this? I don't think so. Nope. So yeah, it's do I have to go through there then? It's crazy. This is a weird dungeon. This is the dungeon that requires you to use your map. So that's the other thing too. Like it's very emblematic of the game itself, really, the combat and the story structure. It's very, and that's why I say that. It's not because if it was a mess, it wouldn't succeed at being a story. But it does. It's just that you have to wait for everything to settle down, and that's not for everybody. I can see why people take exception to that, but that doesn't make it bad. That's the other thing too. Like, and yeah, like it's very interesting, and that's why I like it so much more. Okay. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Use the map, he says. What map? Yeah, so it's a very underappreciated, very misunderstood story. I think that pretty much sums up Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's very misunderstood, which, again, like, not everyone... Oh. Okay, that was a bad idea. I should have looked at the map. It's a very... it's like, it just has so much of everything in it, and I can see why that would be a turnoff for some people too, because it does a lot of things, but because it doesn't necessarily focus immediately on certain things, yeah, people might find it like, yo, focus please. But that's the thing though, like, I don't think it's bad story structure, because in the context of a game, and they are trying to establish a giant world, and by having all this information they do, like, it feels like a much more varied world than most games. Not even just in the series, but just in general. A lot of games, they'll have, like, you know, worlds that maybe you need to go through giant codexes about. But this game doesn't have any codexes. There's no codex where there's just a bunch of walls of text that say, this is the history of this world from this year. Whereas, like, everything in the story is just, like, it's just all thrown out there in the first initial chapters. And then once those first initial chapters, like, I'm saying chapters 1 to 5, once those chapters finish off, then we have, like, the really crazy stuff going on. Where am I going? I feel like, do I need to be in here even? This is where Link dies. Why is it impossible to zoom in? Like, zooming in would be a very good idea for this stage, for this map, but I can only zoom in so much. I'm assuming this is the way... Oh! Okay, we got it. And that's the other thing too, like, it's... Yeah, again, like, in the context of a game, it makes a lot more sense that they are structured the way that it is in terms of the story. But not everyone likes that. Some people, they want things to be straightforward. They want things to be easily understood within the first 5 minutes of an idea being introduced. But with Xenoblade 2, it's very ambitious, and I enjoy ambition in my video games. I enjoy games that try to do a lot, and succeeding in a lot as well. Because even from a game perspective, yeah, like the combat system is like... I might be biased because I do a lot of combat videos, but the thing is though, like the combat system of 2 was just... It's so punchy, and again, it's not even complicated. It's very emblematic of the story and the gameplay, where it's actually not all that complicated. It's just that so much information is thrown at you that, like, you do need to actually sit down to think about the implications of every mechanic that the game does introduce, which I enjoy. Why? Why? Okay. But yes, as of right now, like, not including replays. Well, okay, no. There are a couple of games that are replays that I will add to my backlog as a completed game. Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition on Dante Must Die difficulty. I've never done that in my life. That is like a bucket list thing of me that I have. That is like a bucket list thing for me. So I decided to add that to my, like, oh, this is something that I did this year. Because, like, you know, in order you have to play the game a lot anyway. I think it took me 20 hours to get to that point where I can unlock DMD. So yeah, that's one thing that I did. But I didn't count Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Replay as a game on my backlog. But even then, not including that, I've gone through 27 games, which is pretty sweet. 27 games, and I work, by the way. I'm not off the entire time. I do work. I actually do have a job, so, like, what's your excuse? If you work full-time, you have no excuse. Sorry, you have an excuse. But for those guys that don't, then again, people are going back to school. That was devious. Oh, I remember this. Oh no, do I have to find another one of those? Come on, do the shield! This is bad. Come on! This is annoying. This sucks. Oh man, wait, just avoid this guy then. Oh man, I don't know, like, again, this is a problem that I've had for a long time. Oh, okay. It's my problem because, like, with the nunchucks, if I just go wait on, maybe I have to readjust where I am in front of the TV as well. Yeah, see, like, I can do it just fine. Because yeah, you do it too fast, it's not going to come out properly. Do it too slowly, same deal. Yeah, get rid of that for now. We'll just avoid it. Well, on the plus side, we unlocked a thing, shortcut. But yeah, what else happened? Lots of stuff happened this year. Oh, for YouTube. Okay, so yeah, actually, do you know what? I do get asked this a lot, so I guess for anyone that's interested in doing YouTube stuff. Do I have to do it all over again? Okay. Okay. This is gonna be tricky. Okay, I think I know what to do. Well, basically, okay, so advice for YouTube is essentially... My nunchucks are getting stuck too. Oh, it's just a disaster everywhere. We'll have a look at that later. Right. Here's the thing. Because for me, getting into YouTube was purely incidental. Like, I never planned on getting into it. I think that's kind of the other thing too. A lot of it, you have to accept that a lot of it is just getting lucky and being found. That being said, you still need to put in effort. It's annoying because, like, not everyone will be lucky enough to get a big break. That's kind of the other issue too. I think the best advice I can give is just to do it because you like it, and not because it's like think more short term. Think that this is just something that you do as a hobby and not necessarily as a career path. Because the thing is, it's important to have that financial safety net. It's important to still have, like, you know, some credentials for education, you know, all that good stuff. You know, you have a job. But yeah, like, of course, if you're slowly transitioning out, then great. But I think, like, that would be the first thing, though, is make sure you have that safety net, because otherwise you're just screwing yourself at that point. The other thing to take note of, though, is that if you're going to do it because you like it, and not because it's your job. Because, well, obviously that's going to help your mood as well. If you're under a high-pressure situation where you need to make sure you need to make ends meet, and this kind of ties in the whole make sure you have a safety net, yeah, it's just something that you really enjoy. It's not something that you need to be competitive about. Never get to a point... I don't know, like, this is more like a personal thing for me, but never get to a point where whenever a new game comes out, you immediately start thinking, how can I profit from this? Because then that's when you kind of lose that fun factor of why you do things that you do. Like, some people like the hustle and bustle. That's fine. Some people enjoy the hustle and bustle of, like, you know, a new game comes out, they, you know, it's exciting to make content. That stuff's fun, but once it becomes, like, almost a chore, I think there's a problem there. So, other than that, though, other things too, criticism. It's important to be able to learn how to take criticism, but it's also important to, like, okay, there's a difference between taking criticism and not having any confidence at all in what you do. It's tricky, because some people are like, you know, just like, yo, I want to ignore all my haters kind of mentality, which is fine, but the thing is, though, you need to look at the heart of what exactly it is that they're saying. If they're saying your mic quality sucks, don't take it too personally, because it's your mic's fault. I remember for me, a really big problem that I had very early on, the OGs know this, people that have been with me since 2017, some people, well, I remember, like, I had a, really poor latency issues, not because my connection was bad, but because the technology I was using to stream was actually very outdated and just not powerful enough. And that's something that I had to, like, learn as well. Oh gosh. Yeah, so, like, you're kind of taking that to heart. If you have the money for it, you should make that investment. Oh, you're so mean. Hang on. I remember for me, yeah, I had latency issues. I had to get a new desktop computer in order to properly stream 720p without the latency issues. That was a nice-ish dodge. Okay, here we go. I really like the time mechanic. That's cool. I should stop saying cool so much. It's a bad habit. It's a horrid habit. Okay, here we go. But yes, like stuff like that, like basic criticism, it's important to see the heart of it without actually having to take it to heart yourself and don't look at it as a personal attack. It's important to have a thick skin. I understand that's tough for some people. You can't have thick skin because of any given scenario where that's just impossible for you. I don't know. Some people have that mentality where like you just can't take criticism. I think that's a problem. But it's also important to like look at what people are saying and say, okay, well, they have a point here. I disagree with how they said it, but they do have a point. Yeah, so in terms of like getting yourself noticed, it's important to like, I don't know, because all people will say have a good Twitter presence, but I don't see, there's like no correlation to that. Like, yeah, there's like very little I don't know, like maybe there's some correlation in the sense that, like, if you're on Twitter, people will be more likely to remember your streams, but those are the people that like you talk to on a daily basis anyway. Can you stop firing lasers, please? Uncomfortable. Come on, come on, come on! Oh, he's going away! Come on, hurry, hurry, die! Okay, let's get out of here. He didn't die in time. Oh man, that's fine. I should have just avoided him. This is crazy. Yeah, but it's tricky for everybody though, because everyone has like, there's a lot that could be said, I think, in terms of a device, because everyone's different. It's important to also like kind of recognize what your weaknesses are. It's tricky. I don't know, but I think ultimately though, the biggest advice I can give anyone that wants to get into YouTube is to recognize that YouTube is social media, and social media means being social and using it as a means to interact and have fun with other people, as not people, you don't look at subscribers as, you don't look at them as statistics, you don't look at them as, you don't look at them as commodities. I think that's a big mistake that a lot of people could potentially make, which is something I'm afraid of. I hope I never get to that point. Gonna fall out? Oh yeah, they do! Nice! It took much longer. I was hoping for something a little bit more instantaneous, but it's okay. But yeah, you don't look at people as like commodities. You don't look at people as like something that, like as a number that you have to achieve in order to make ends meet. Stuff like that. It's like, again, you look at it as these are people that you enjoy hanging out with. Because I like to hang out with people a lot too. That's why I like streams. Hey Deej, how you doing? But that's what it is, though. I think, like, oh, do you know what? Also, another big piece of advice is never ever go on streams and ask people to check out their channel. Well, part of that's etiquette, but I think the other thing is that, like, most people that see stuff like that, like, it just reeks of desperation. And that's a problem. Okay, we can't do that yet. But yeah, it's one of those things where like, it just really reeks of desperation, and that's like the first thing that like any potential employer would notice too, right? So yeah, it's there's a lot that could be said, but I guess it depends on like what person. Some people they lack in some areas, other people don't. But ultimately, it's just look at it as something that you do for fun, and something that you use as just a means of connecting with other people. Because yeah, like you look at I remember like starting out. Oh yeah, also man, don't get so competitive about it either. Which is funny coming from me because I tend to be very competitive about a lot of things. But like it's important to also make friends with people that want to make the same content that you do as well. Stuff like that. I'm not blaming anyone of doing that, by the way. I'm just saying that, like, you know, that's an attitude that I've noticed over the past, like, 2 years streaming, that we get the occasional weirdo. Particularly in Breath of the Wild streams. Breath of the Wild was, like, the one where, like, we had, like, a lot of people that would just say, oh yeah, this is a popular game that's being streamed right now. This is my chance to get noticed, which is so awful. Background music, well, like, YouTube does provide a lot of free open source music, so that would be like the perfect place to start in the creator library. Okay, the plot unravels. Ooh, okay, that's the big key. And we fight against 2 of those guys. This could be interesting. Let's see how this goes. No, yeah, honestly, there's so much, like, so many experiences, too. Part of me could make, like, a video, wants to make a video about stuff like that, but the thing is, though, like, I'm not as active as I used to be, so who knows, maybe just times have changed. Oh! Whoops! You didn't suck so bad at this stupid game, maybe you could beat it! I think we're good. Yes? This looks... Oh, I think I remember this one. I think I remember this puzzle. No, I don't want to fight you. Can I hit it with a sword? Nope. Come on! This sucks. I can't reliably shield because I'm terrible at this game. Thankfully, it's forgiving with the timing. In the very least, it's a little bit more forgiving with the timing. I thought it had to be like instantaneous once he fires it, like Breath of the Wild. Come on! Oh, this is so annoying. I don't know why. Like, I've been practicing a little bit. You've seen the test that we've been doing. It's so frustrating. It's like the easiest thing in the world. Like, it's responsive now, but once you get into a fight, ooh, problem. Okay. Let's try it again! Well, thankfully we've opened up the shortcuts, but man, like literally, it was just one additional hit that we needed. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like can be said about like channels and stuff. But for the most part, again, like the streams that I do, they're not even like for me to like promote anything either. It's just so I can hang out with you guys. That's really all I care about, really, is just playing games and talking about it with you guys about it. Oh, do you know what? We also have the obligatory, what's your favorite Zelda game? The obligatory, what's your favorite Zelda game discussion? Well, I've already said Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda 1. Those 3, I think, perfectly encapsulate what I love about the series. That's classified information. No one can know that. It's true though. Whenever I parry a Guardian on stream, it's actually found footage. There we go. Oh yes, the master mode. Yeah, those were fun. Wait a minute. I don't have to go all the way around, do I? Thankfully, Calamity Ganon never has to do that. Thankfully, Calamity Ganon doesn't go, doesn't do the fake outs, which I'm grateful for. I haven't played Breath of the Wild in a while. I want to go back to that. I remember doing a speed, well, yeah, like a bad speed run, where I think it took me 69 minutes. I think that was my best time. 69 or 63. No one talks about 63 because that's not the great number, but yeah, I remember one of my fastest runs was like I think I did one on stream where it was just over 70 minutes. It was like an anniversary stream or something. I can't remember the context, but I remember it was like a milestone stream for us. No, as far as I'm aware, there was no good way. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's not the moment a guy appears, like, I'm in the exact same position that I was. Oh, okay. Okay, we can't do this anymore. Oh boy, can I throw bombs at him? Is that a way to do it? Is there any other way to fight this thing, Fee? Certain items. Well, thank you. No one... You don't have to tell me that. My battle performance is very weak. Maybe the beetle. Nope. What do you expect me to do? Is there any way to kill these things without a shield? Or is the shield the only way how to do this? We can try the Gust Bellows against that, but... Hang on. Let's do these guys first. Please, Gust Bellows, you're my only hope. If I annoy it long enough, it'll go away. Now what? Nope, that didn't work. Okay, yeah, we'll have to... Okay. What if... I don't think that's gonna work, but I'm gonna die from it, so it's okay. Yeah. This is tricky. What else can I do? Like, there's no bomb flowers around here that I could use. I'm surprised the Gust Bellows don't do anything. I feel like that would have made it a lot easier too, but no. Because, like, there's no bomb flower around here. Okay, fine. I can't. This is like my nemesis right here. this is my Marauder. Like, because you guys saw me do the test runs with it, right? Like, I wasn't imagining that. There's nothing... Because I don't have a shield anymore. And if I buy a shield, it's not going to work properly. It's tricky. Okay, let's get a shield. Maybe if I bought, like... Yeah, honestly, maybe if I just, like, bought a lot of shields, maybe that's gonna be the answer to my solution here. Because we're at the end. That's the frustrating part, too. We're at the very end of the dungeon. I think. Oh, that didn't work. Help! Okay, how do we get back? Wasn't there, like, a bird statue? Okay. Come on. There we go. Bird statue right over here. Wait, which statue is this? Wait. Linear mine. That's very frustrating because like you all saw that, right? Like I actually was being able to pull out my shield until miraculously I couldn't. We're just gonna have to buy a lot of shields. What if you catch little ones with the beetle? I think we tried that. I just crashed. Like he just crashed and went cancelled out. I can try that again. Like maybe my aim was just off. But thing is though, those things go straight at you, so the aiming is a bit awkward. Yeah, you need a shield. That's so fine. Like that's like the one thing that I can't reliably do is use a nunchuck, because these nunchucks that I have are like, eh. Anyways, that's fine. There's no other alternative. There's no choice. These wretched automatons. ₹100. Okay. Yes, we've seen this dialogue already. We just saw it. Okay. 2 shields. If we wield these 2 shields at the same time, it'll form a weapon so powerful that it makes me extremely damaging while also protecting me from harm. Can we afford a potion? That too. Totally forgot that empty bottles were a thing in this series. ₹20. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, because I remember getting the Hylian shield, and that was like the infinite durability one, right? Okay. Hopefully that's all we need. Yeah, imagine having to prepare for dungeons. This is like the easiest thing in the world, though. Like, look! Like... Okay, you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Why not? Why not? You have a bird. I thought by pressing down on the D-pad I could call the bird from wherever I want. Okay. You have to do it from one of these, I guess. Here we go. Also, I should have picked up that chest, but that's okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. I gravely miscalculated that. Gravely miscalculated the angling that I had to be at. I like the overworld music in this game. I think that's my favorite part about the soundtrack. Okay, so what the heck? There we go. North Desert, Stone Cache, Desert Entrance, Desert Gorge, West Desert. I'm assuming this is it. Okay. No more surprises. Yeah, you just gotta be really slow with it. Like, really, it's kind of it's similar to the sword in that you have to pretend that there's a bit of a weight to it in order to get the angling right. That was the big complaint that a lot of people had with the initial reviews. But with nunchucks, it feels so well. Like, honestly, again, it's my hardware that's the problem. But hopefully this should be it. We have 2 shields for good measure. We can do it. See, I like that. I don't think I've ever had to re-enter a dungeon partway through. And again, like I said, it's an homage to the original Zelda, where whenever Link enters a dungeon, all the music stops and you just watch him descend down the stairs. Okay, here we go. Still getting the feel for this. It's nice. Let's see. What else happens? I mean, like, other than that, yeah, I think we went through like all the big news that happened over the past week. I beat Doom, PS5 had a conference, Monster Hunter had a conference. Great. Oh, and NL is helping Chugga Conroy with his Xenoblade 2 playthrough, which is it's a very exciting prospect for him. I'm happy for him. I know that it's something that, like, that's something that's actually casting doubt. I'm not sure if it was him that said that was something that he's always wanted to do, or someone else. Like a lot of Xenoblade people know who Chugga Conroy is. I actually don't. I'm very out of the loop, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Yeah, for me, I don't know, like, I'm not really much of a Let's Player person, like, watching them, I mean, like, I like playing over watching. Like, it seems kind of hypocritical of me to say this, but, like, I don't see the appeal in watching streams, personally. No offense to you guys that are watching the stream right now, but, like, watching streams for me, I just never really saw the appeal because I like playing. I'd rather be the person that's doing the streaming rather than the person that's watching the streaming. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Not saying that you guys are wrong for. Wait, this ladder descends somewhere. Where does it descend? And why? No, wait, no, that's gonna take me back. Okay. Not to say that you guys are wrong for being here, but I don't know, like, yeah, like, I guess also I like the concept of, like, performing. That's a lot of fun. Putting on a show for you guys is something I enjoy. And again, hanging out with you guys. So keep on doing this. And if your missiles happen to be in that space, then you have yourself to blame. I'll keep putting out my shield like this. I'll keep shielding the air like this. Should any of your missiles happen to fill that air, you have only yourself to blame. I guess that's the key, you guys. It's the equivalent of button mashing. There's no skill involved. Okay. Wow, we didn't even need 2 shields, but we did it anyway. That's a thing. Like, me failing is good for people. Ooh, this is a reference to another Zelda game. This particular puzzle, which will have relevance later, I'm assuming, because it doesn't look like I can do anything right now. So you see there are 2 faces at first, and then 3 faces here, and then 1 face here. For those of you guys that don't know, that is a reference to Ocarina of Time. In Ocarina of Time, there was the order of Deku Scrubs you had to beat in order to open Goma's lair. In the first level, inside of the Great Deku Tree. And the hint was 2, 3, 1. And to help you memorize it, 23 is number 1. So yeah, fun little throwback. A lot of throwbacks in this one. This is the anniversary. This is the 25th anniversary game. The 35th anniversary is coming pretty soon, though, which I'm pretty excited for. But yes, 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. It's weird because, like, I rip on Ocarina a lot, but I think that's the game that I play the most of. 23 is number 1. Okay, can I do them all from here? Oh no, okay, I just do okay. Does this show up anywhere else in this series? I feel like it does? I could be wrong though. I feel like this was like the one case that stood out to me where they used the 23 as number 1 joke. Like, we'll see. But yeah, it's I think there were several other throwbacks, but I think this is the one that stood out in my mind the most. Again, because it was this was the 25th anniversary, and the 35th is coming up really, really soon, like I mentioned earlier. I would assume, so this is pure speculation on my part, but I'm going to assume that the Breath of the Wild sequel will get more details before this February, because February is the 35th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series, and like, I feel like they got something special planned, and I think just like giving more detail for the sequel would be very nice. They did say that it'll be a while before we do get more information. We have to wait a little bit longer, but there's a small, cautiously optimistic part of me that wants to think that we'll be getting something before the 35th anniversary. If they release a $60 port of Majora's Mask on Switch for the N64, I'm down. I'm totally down for that. See, unlike you Mario fans. Oh wait, no, was it 1, 2, 3? That just did it wrong because I'm bad at this game? I guess I did it wrong. It's just the ordering of the, I guess the ordering is the 23 is number 1. Whoops! That's embarrassing. Just imagine Jared watching me right now going, ha ha ha. Oh man, my integrity's been ruined. But yes, I'm looking forward to it though. That's the thing, like like I kind of mentioned earlier, if you love the game a lot, then spending $60 isn't that big of a deal. But for me, Majora's Mask is a game I've played so much, but if they ported the original to the Switch, I'd totally be down to play it. It would be interesting if they ported the 3D version and the original. That would be interesting. I actually still have the Majora's Mask 3D and the shrink wrap that it came in. I still haven't opened it. Yeah, just fight them. Fight them one by one. I mean, I'm trying to aim. Oh no, come on. Come on! Oh, I tried swinging the other way, but I was too excited. There we go. The 3D version had gameplay. It's weird because, like, I can't say for sure if they're unnecessary because I still haven't played it. But I will say that a large part of me feels like maybe some changes might be warranted. It's just that I'm so used to playing the original that I never really thought that someone that's less experienced would be okay with it. It's weird. So, like, I was talking to I don't know if he's here or if he's going to be attending the stream today, but Mickey. He draws by here once in a while. We were talking about it yesterday, how Skyward Sword, it had like, yeah, so Skyward Sword, one of the biggest problems that people bring up a lot, and I understand where they're coming from with this, is that it's very hand-holdy. But for me though, like, I have benefited a lot from the game slowly spelling things out for me, because when you're doing a stream, you got, like, there's so much information to take in all at once. There's so much information to take in all at once, and in my case, it's like, oh, I can be grateful for having everything spelled out because I can be reminded of all the stuff I forgot. Oh no. Oh, wait. There we go. But yeah, like, in terms of, like, the hand-holdy nature of this game, it's like... But part of it is also, like, Nintendo, like, they're worried that by introducing so many new ideas that it might be overwhelming to newer players. Which, in theory, makes sense, but at the same time, the weird thing about Skyward Sword is that, yeah, like, if you're replaying the game, it's a huge problem that they're spelling things out to you, because, I mean, come on, I know what I'm talking about now. Like, I know what to do. You don't need to remind me every single time. But... when it comes to, like, spelling stuff out, to be honest, some people are just really that dumb. Like, some people really are just that ignorant of what the game is trying to convey, and you can't help those people. And what makes it even more ironic, though, is the fact that, Skyward Sword, was very hand-holdy, and then Breath of the Wild was very hands-free. And the thing that made it so interesting is that Breath of the Wild is actually the highest-selling game, and was considered the most accessible game in the series as a result, despite the fact that it didn't actually do much to tell you how to do things. People just figured that stuff on their own. So I don't know, in terms of like Majora's Mask, I can't say for sure if it's intuitive or not, because I've played it so many times. But other people, I don't know. Like, I know they made a change to twin mold. I can see why that... I don't know, like, at the same time, I knew ahead of time that you needed a specific mask to reliably beat twin mold. So, I don't know, like, I love Majora's Mask. It's not a perfect game, and I think a lot of the game itself has design issues, but they're design issues that I've learned to adapt to and live with because this was like my favorite game as a kid. How do I do this? I feel like this is easy. There we go. And that's kind of the thing too, is that like Majora's Mask had like so much incentive for exploration because there were only 4 dungeons. It made the world feel that much more interesting because you care about the people that are in it. And a lot of the combat had more to do with you actually attacking enemies and being very proactive in fighting them and not waiting for the enemies to do something. It was like the opposite of Ocarina of Time in that respect, where in Ocarina of Time you had to wait for an opening, whereas in Majora's Mask you had to constantly search for that opening by attacking and defending at the correct moments. It's great. Something I always liked about Breath of the Wild 2 is that, like, everything about that game was, like, reflective of your skills as a player, and if you were good enough, you could actually just find the really powerful equipment. Let's keep slashing at the eyes. I like how these guys have more margin for error compared to the Deku Babas. Oh, and this is like, I think this is the same music as Coloctos, actually, which is one of my favorites. Okay, that's 1. Show me 2. There we go. I'm thinking about the Transformers music for some reason. The Scorponok music. I don't know why, my mind's going there right now, I'm sorry. I see sand, and I see scorpions, and I think Scorponok by Steve Jablonsky. Whoop. I'm sorry, I like stupid action exploding boobies that sell toys. This is the attitude that you have to deal with. Here we go, here we go. Predict you coming this way? Yes. Oh! Oh! Okay. Oh, he didn't even land a hit on me that time. That feels great. See, like, that guy was a lot less challenging than the flying bombers. I hope those guys don't appear ever again in this game. Those guys are too frustrating for me to deal with right now with my nunchuck controls. You know what? We actually did spend almost 2 hours on that dungeon, which we didn't need to, so I think in between streams I'll probably do some exploration and then open up the next dungeon after this, just for the sake of time, because I actually genuinely want to complete this game on stream. Alright. That wasn't so bad. I bought a potion for no reason. Well, maybe we'll have a reason next time. Ah, this game's great. But I think my favorite part about this game is me realizing that this game's actually a lot of fun. Much more so than I thought. Why did they build statues of all the automatons? Why? Why is this happening? Let's find out. Will they all come alive if I hit this? I can't remember. Ah, okay, never mind. Wow. That looks really nice. They're all saluting me for dying 3 times in the dungeon. This is me approaching the gates to Valhalla, where I died fighting against that stupid robot that flies around on a propeller. There were only like 2 of those guys in the entire dungeon. Hey RPG Slayer, how you doing? We had just defeated the scorpion, Molderak. Molderak? Molderak. I think it's arachnid and mold. Like twin mold. Or Lanmolas. And Molgara. Ah, this game's stunning. Impa's gonna chew me out for dying so many times with a propeller demon. Oh no. It's card games, man. Because this is the 3rd dungeon, so this is where, like, stuff starts changing a bit, right? Like a Zelda game? Your Grace, quickly, to the gate! You'll need this where you're going. Really? How do you figure? You got the goddess's harp, but there's no time to admire it! Quick, play the harp to open the barrier and fight against the guy! Oh, never mind, she's gonna die. Am I late? I'm sorry, I died like 3 times. You're right on time. Of course, if you didn't die 3 times, you'd be more than on time. You'd be early. Any ideas what the egg thing in the poster is? I'm assuming it's going to be like proxy. I'm assuming it's going to serve the same function as proxy, in that it is a guardian technology that speaks for Link. Because obviously, if Link is an NPC, then he has to talk somehow, and he's going to talk through the robot. I'm going to assume that's what it is. Like, he's just going to follow Link around everywhere. Oh, it's Lee NNK. But yeah, my assumption is that the egg robot is like guardian technology that Pura like put together from her research, resulting in a thing for Link to talk through, or to talk on behalf of Link. Okay. Oh, shows what you're good for. The Ancient One, the Seal's Grounds. Oh no, we have to fight against everyone's favorite boss. Okay. Hey buddy, how you doing? Okay, Sealed Grounds. Remember the Temple of Time? I clapped! Okay, so yeah, I think that's all it really is. I don't know, there's a part of me that's a bit pessimistic that they're not gonna have that many characters available. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. I don't know, with Hyrule Warriors, the roster was a double-edged sword, because for all the complaints people had about... Hang on. Where are the Sealed Grounds? For all the complaints that people had about the lack of variety and game representation in Fire Emblem Warriors, in the very least, the characters there were actually fun or useful. Whereas in Hyrule Warriors, it's like much more sporadic. Like it's like you'll have characters that are a lot of fun and very, very powerful, and then you have the characters that are boring. Like, they're interesting, but they're also boring and weak. Or just not as useful. So, or weapons that are not as useful. Stuff like that. That being said, though, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have a roster that is fairly limited, but it's entirely possible that what few champions and warriors we do have will have more weapon variety. I really hope so. Like, I really hope to some degree we're gonna have something like that. But I don't know, it'll be interesting, because like, part of it's also going to be a lot of canon. Like, there's gonna be a lot of like canon stuff where maybe we won't necessarily have like Zelda have magical powers because canonically it didn't happen. But we could play around with that though. So I'm very curious to see. Like, you can't really predict these kind of things, which is interesting. This is awesome. But yeah, there is a part of me that hopes that Link will... I feel like out of all the characters, definitely Link will have the most weapons to choose from, because he's Link. That's how it works. Uh-oh. I totally forgot that happened. Oh wow, that was like a humorous jump scare. The comedy equivalent of a jump scare. Whoa! Oh, he's here already. He's fast. Look, I flew straight here and he still beat us. Man, Gorons are awesome. The thing is, though, is that Darunia from Hyrule Warriors was okay. I didn't really think he was particularly amazing, but he was fine. I hope Daruk is better. I hope Daruk embraces like that super defensive quality where his perfect offense is the perfect defense. You know what? We're all thinking the exact same thing, Bruce. Heavily implied expository dialogue. Well, don't forget that in Hyrule Warriors, they give him a ball and chain. That made no sense, but in the context of being a Legend of Zelda, like, collective thing, it kinda worked. Same thing goes for the Great Fairy that he had, and the Magical Rod. Like, that's the thing, like, there's a mix between, like, the canon and then the non-canon, but this is supposed to be, like, full-on canon, though. But that's the thing, I feel like he could also like borrow the spear, he can borrow the bow and arrow. Like, Link is the kind of character that can wield any kind of weapon. He doesn't always have to use the legendary sword. I hope they make an improvement over what they did with the Master Sword in Hyrule Warriors, because in that game it was fine, but the requirements for getting the true potential. Grooslands. Imagine if that went through. Grooslands. Yeah. I can understand why people were afraid of this character now. He just randomly appears and he jumps on you. But yeah, anything's possible. And the thing is, though, they are working closely with the Breath of the Wild team for game design decisions. So, like, my hope is that they're going to make it lean more towards Zelda formula than Warriors formula. That's what I'm hoping for, based on the information they gave us. But we're going to be getting more news in 5 days, the 24th. Yeah, I think on the 24th they're going to have some ideas. So yeah, seriously looking forward to it. I did. Yeah, so the first time we did a stream of this, we realized that Impa, or sorry, the old stranger, looks like Daisojo from SMT. Daisojo being one of the fiends from Nocturne, and was one of my favorite demons in that game. It's Daisojo! I can't unsee it now, it hurts. Like, it completely slipped my mind until someone brought it up. Until Skeleton brought it up. Oh yeah, there's going to be a Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne remaster coming to Switch, and I can't promise anything, but I really want to make videos for that game too. Not too much. It'll probably be like Astral Chain, where I'll cover a handful of things. But I think for the most part, it's just going to be, this is the idea here, and here. Because I played it recently, and I noticed that there was like a drought of guide content for videos. Just full-on walkthroughs, which I thought was kind of frustrating, because I don't want to watch an entire walkthrough to understand one part of the game. So I'm going to be much more laser-focused. That felt awful, but, you know, we got it. Okay. Rush Plus is great. Okay. I remember the first time I did that back in 2011. I was there for a while. Oh, this is great. Again, if you want to appeal to me emotionally, or if you want me to think of you as a better person, you just have to sound very nice. Like, you have to be very easy on the ears. And same thing goes for, like, mood. If you can make good music, then my opinion of, like, a mood would be a lot better. The goddess's harp, it is a divine instrument of the goddess who once watched over this land. The melodies it brings to life have the power to produce a variety of strange and otherworldly effects. The great slab standing before you was known as the Gate of Time. It is the last of its kind in existence, the only portal binding our world to the one where Zelda now resides. If you manage to open the gates and pass through, you will likely end up in the same place as Zelda. But you will need to endure many hardships and put yourself in great danger to awaken the gates from its dormant state. Though your journey will put you in harm's way, Link, you must endure. It is your fate as the chosen hero of the Gode. Oh, everyone's favorite, you guys! Let's give it up for the imprisoned! I'm not looking forward to this. Fear not, we have 2 shields. One for me, one for Daisojo. I feel like we're forgetting someone, but it's fine. Everyone's favorite. Even in Hyrule Warriors, the Imprisoned was a pain, because even if you had like the perfect like stun gauge killing combos, the game would just wrest control from you, let the guy be revived. It sucked. It was so annoying. Okay, we gotta focus, because I remember there was a little bit of execution involved for this part. Daisojo, you can walk? Shouldn't we do something about it? No, we're gonna wait for it to appear? Okay, we'll wait for it to appear. We could not fight this thing, you know. Alright, it's time to play with Mithra's toes. I mean, the imprisoned's toes. I mean, let's just get this over with. The imprisoned. Explain later, but now is the time for action. We must keep the beast from escaping the pit. It must not reach the temple. This cannot continue. Okay, that's one. No, wait, not quite. It's mad. Gosh, don't do that. That's dangerous. Oh, it has back toes, doesn't it? Ah. Okay, now what? Of course you would. Of course. Of course! Link's dead by now. I'm very bad at this, I'm sorry. Remember in Hyrule Warriors when it had no choice but to keep doing those dark energy things? disaster! This whole thing's terrible, there's nothing ideal about this! Weave on the other side. Oh! Oh, come on! No, stop! Stop moving! Yeah, I remember struggling a lot with this particular fight because this is before I started playing Souls-likes and I realized that making mistakes is actually a problem. Oh, come on. Los mecánicos. Whoop. The truth is, no one likes you. You ever think about that? You ever think about how no one likes you alive? Even the warriors don't want to like this guy. Like, that's how bad it got. In the game where you can instantly delete anyone. I remember my strategy with Lana was literally just burst down the toes the first time, and then as you're doing the combo, when he's just, like, when you do one combo and it's just about to break, that's when you do your special. It won't break the gauge any further, but it's going to do extra damage, and that's what you want. I'd say that Lana fares the best. I'd say that Lana fares the best against the Imprisoned compared to... No, that's not true. Young Link. Young Link and Tome Lana, those two characters, in my opinion, they fare the best, whereas every other character, it's just this really annoying formulaic mess. That was fun, to a degree. It was fun because we didn't get hit that much. I remember the first time I did it, I kept getting hit by the stomp because I didn't understand that there's a little thing called being punishable. I mean, part of me had fun, chasing after that thing and then diving. I do feel a little bit heroic after watching this too, so, you know, there's that. In the very least, there's that. Imagine if those robots that shoot the missiles had that same mechanic as well. If they sent those robots with the propellers to the temple, I think they would have won. The bad guys would have won. How many times do you have to fight the Imprisoned anyway? Like, in that form. Okay. Making progress. Okay, so like I said though, I'm hoping to get a lot of progress done in between streams so that we can actually complete this entire game on stream. Just, I think a lot of like the backtracking elements might need to be done first, and we'll probably just dedicate the beginning of every stream to just doing the dungeons. I think in New Game Plus you have the maxed out Skyward Strike, even though your sword is normal. Yo! I just realized we're gonna go to Ancient Cistern. Ancient Cistern's next. Yes! Ancient Cistern isn't just my favorite Skyward Sword dungeon. It's one of my favorite dungeons in the series. He's gonna make a Grucinator. Ah, I can't wait. I loved how they incorporated the Grucinators. I like how they used the Grucinators in Hyrule Warriors. That was nice. But they do become unnecessary as you become more powerful in that game. But still, it's a nice little callback. Yo, we're going to the Ancient Cistern next! But first, we need to do a bunch of other things. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Rauru about this then. Okay, so I actually forgot how the game progresses from here on out. I'm going to assume... Oh, well, yeah, the design of Ancient Cistern was good too, but it's just like the overall flow of the Ancient Cistern I really enjoyed. Based on what I've seen, the flow of the dungeons in Skyward Sword were actually pretty nicely done. They all were contained within... Well, the first 3 dungeons anyway, they're all contained within one particular structure. They're very focused. With Twilight Princess, I like the dungeons because they kept giving you more things to do. There's a lot of content in each dungeon and the space between the dungeons. It's just the bosses were kind of underwhelming. But Ancient Cistern, though, the overall feel of that particular dungeon and the flow of the platforming, it all worked very nicely in this game's favor. He said the D word. He said dead weight. I don't have to go here anymore. I guess we'll just let Gru sulk for a bit. Is there a bird statue around here I should be aware of? See, if that was Breath of the Wild, that would have worked. Wait, wasn't there a bird statue here? Did I just remember that? Oh, okay. This was the first Zelda game to give you an item specifically to avoid fall damage. Like, I mean, well, there were the rolling attacks from the 3D games. Wait, why? Why did such a thing happen? Oh, you have to hold it. Okay. Let's see this again. Yeah, I can't say I'm particularly happy with the running in this game, but it does get improved on in Breath of the Wild, so I guess I can't complain too much. But why? Why? He's so skinny he could just fit through. I feel like this is possible. Like, this screams possible. Okay, never mind. I swear, this is easy, right? No, like I'm literally like holding it on the 90-degree angle mark, and it's not working. It's a quote the protagonist of Xenoblade Chronicles. It's not working. Okay, let's move on. Yes! Success! It's not working. This is bizarre. I don't know what happened, but we're gonna move on. If that's okay, we're just gonna move on. I don't know. If there was a way to get to the bird statue faster, keep it to yourself. Because we're already here. Oh, and no. Well, never mind, never mind. We'll just go the other way. That was bizarre. That was really, really bizarre. Like, you all saw that, right? Like, there was an invisible wall preventing me from rounding the... It wasn't that game breaking. Hey, buddy, how you doing? That's a reference to... Well, I think part of it was Ocarina of Time, but didn't A Link to the Past have something like that too, where if there were butterflies... Or if there were like certain animals playing music around them would give special effects? I could be imagining that. I'm not very familiar with A Link to the Past anymore. It has been literal years since I fully played through A Link to the Past. Well, I know that like carrying a Deku stick around butterflies turns them into fairies after a while. Everyone knows that. Also, if you hear any weird noises in the background, I promise that's an exercise ball that I'm sitting on. It's very bouncy. Okay, let's do this. I'm guessing we have to go to the Knights Academy and talk to the mayor. What building would that be in, though? I'm guessing it would be here? Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming he'd be in his office, or his room. If not, he might be near the goddess statue? Karame. Oh wait, no. We shouldn't be here. Zelda... Can I go in here now? Or is it locked? I think we can sneak in from a different room. I don't believe I need to heal. Okay. Instructor Horwell. He reminds me a lot of Ludo from Twilight Princess. Like the build. No, sorry, no, not Ludo. Renato. Okay. Okay, so there's the 2 instructors. Maybe he's in the main hall? Oh yeah, there's that side quest where you have to choose between giving a love letter to this girl.
Hi.
Or you can give it to the toilet ghost. Who You can give it to the toilet ghost, which of course, as everyone knows, is a reference to Majora's Mask and Oracle of Ages. Good morning, Con. How are you doing? I can't remember where the it's not this... Yeah, like this guy, the toilet ghost. But the thing is, though, is that you lose the other quests, which is the... kind of the annoying part, is that you can't bring 2 people together. I'm guessing he's at the goddess statue. Yeah, I have to say, like, the coloring of this area is very nice. Especially after seeing the Hyrule Warriors version. There's nothing wrong with that one, it's just that, like, you were constantly under attack by things. And there was one section that was, like, completely destroyed. Where is he? He can't be in here, is he? Wait, was he here the entire time? No. Okay, well. Where did he go? Let's try, like, the other statue where the ceremony took place. I think that might be the other place he might be at.
Hey!
As if how far I can run. Whoop. Around here maybe? Yeah, I probably walked past his room. Hang on, I want to see what's up here first, then we'll go back. Maybe he was in Link's room? That's for later. I remember that much. No, wait. Does this guy know? Okay. Let's see. We'll try Link's room. That's the one room we haven't looked. Where's her fly? Get away. Go away. Thank you. Oh, he has... Okay, I guess I must have missed it. His new VTuber avatar? It would be funny, but at the same time, it's just like, I can't do this often. Like, there is a reason why I only stream once a week. No, he's... Okay. I was thinking it's like... Because it looked like a door that was leading outside. That's why I missed it. Here we go. You have 19 copies of the same book, sir. Must have been a really good book. Just lyrics. Oh, what a relief. I think on my first playthrough I was like, sing it! And it's like, why would you put me through that? And I felt awful. O youth, guided by the servant of the goddess, unite earth and sky, and bring light to the land. That's the first part, but as I recall, the second verse. O youth, show the two whirling sails the way to the light tower. And before you a path shall open, and a heavenly song you shall hear. I believe that's the whole thing. It might not be the right thing, but I feel like I should have been paying attention to the lyrics, but, well. I'm so sorry. Two whirling sails. Okay. I'm so sorry to everyone with ears. The Ballad of the Goddess, everyone, as sung by a sober idiot. Okay, so the two whirling sail, I'm assuming, has to do with two whirling sails. Oh hey, it's Beetle. Okay. Like they're like the really big obvious ones though, so we'll figure that out. Well, this is the most obvious looking one, so we'll go here first. It's a weird like puzzle that they bring out.
Hey!
So you're curious about the windmill, eh? Pretty smart design, I gotta say. See, you turn the windmill so that it can always catch the winds no matter which way it's blowing. But, well, there used to be this little propeller attached to the windmill so that you could turn it. The thing flew off ages ago. It must have dropped down off the edge, down beneath the clouds. Oh, okay, so that's where it was in the... Okay, we know where to find it, though. The windmill's been usually sitting there ever since. I highly suggest you retrieve that windmill propeller from the land below to reorient the windmill. Okay, it's an Elden, we know that much. You wanna know if I could fix the windmill if you brought back the propeller? Well, if I had the propeller, I could probably rig something together to get it back on there, sure. But how would you even go looking for the propeller in the first place? Once something falls through the clouds, it's gone for good. Hang on. Come to think of it, Gondo at the scrap shop told me that someone in his family once used a flying robot to haul junk from beneath the clouds. We're talking about a tale that's been passed down over a lot of years, so I wouldn't put much stock in it. It's like Xenoblade Chronicles. You have to salvage things beneath the clouds. It's just like Xenoblade Chronicles, you guys. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have half an hour to make this work. You found the time to gather all variety of magnificent treasures. Come closer. If it's treasure you seek, or use mystical vision. Yeah, okay.
Hey!
Hey kid, what's up? You look like you need to get something off your chest. I think I know what it is. You got a favor to ask me, right?
Huh?
Huh? It's about the old robot my grandpa used to tinker around with. You probably just came here to make fun of the crazy junk guy for believing in his grandpa's stupid stories, right? Well, get in line, I've heard it before. Wait, that's not why you're here? You say you need to pick up something from below the clouds with this robot? You know what that means? That means you believe in my grandpa's stories too. Well, I'm happy to hear that someone else believes me, but I don't think I can help you. You see, my grandpa's old robot, what's it called again? Oh, that's right, I remember, his name is Scrapper. Amazing robot once, when you called him, he would catch anything. Repair him, we have the technology. Ancient flower.
Ooh! Hey, hey!
Oh, I was thinking, like, do I have it? God. Okay. Talk to this guy for the ancient flower? Where do you get an ancient flower? I thought I had one, but okay. Okay. The first customer I've had in a while. Do I ask where's the next or treasure? Because technically, the place I'm supposed to go next involves a treasure. But I guess we'll go where to next. That seems a little bit more explicit with what we're trying to go for. See, you seek a certain something in order to repair a broken object. I see an ancient flower. In my visions, I have seen ancient flowers blossoming in ages past, where there is now sand. If you scour the sands, you will find one. That's all I could see for the moment. My eyes, they grow weary. Come, see me again if you should lose your way. Good luck, young man! Okay, Lanero Desert, let's go. They sell... Okay, I thought to myself, like, did I find an ancient flower? I wonder which one I found, or what area it is. Only one way to find out. Why is there no draw-off points? Oh, it's right in front of me. Whee! We're slowly getting a feel for flying again, you guys. I was actually thinking like a gender bends Cassandra. like it's a boy, but he has like a bowl cut instead of a hime cut, and he has the mask, but he's still wearing like the dress. And he's a very manly voice. He has a very manly voice. It's impressive, really, how a man so small can look like that. You know, people don't realize, but who's to say what my real voice sounds like? Different for everybody. That's the kind of the weird thing too. Like, I never understood why people enjoy watching my videos for how I sound, because I can't stand the way I sound. Like, no one likes the way they sound. That's kind of the other thing too, and that makes the editing process very taxing for my ears. Okay, so I think the rest of the stream is just us finding the way to open the ancient cistern. Although we have 26 minutes left, I think after the stream ends, then we'll just... No, we'll end. We'll end on getting the robot and then getting the song, and then after that, I'll do some off-stream stuff. I'm ready for you! Okay. Covered by sands. It could be literally anywhere in the world! It could be literally anywhere. That's the problem. Let's start from the beginning. No. Because, like, we have the gust bells. I think that would make our lives easier, wouldn't it? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh yeah, so for those of you guys that did get the Mario All-Stars 3D, how is it? How is it? Let's actually talk to the people that have it for real. How is it? The ancient flower could be literally anywhere in the world. How do you guys not know this? It's just that, like, I guess it's anywhere with a time crystal. I think that would be the best place to be looking. Yeah, I've been told many, many times by people that I don't look the way I sound, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have that. That way, it's harder for people to find out my identity. I said it before, but it's worth repeating. A large part of the reason why I don't like showing my face, well, part of it is like the tinfoil hat reason, where, like, you know, who knows who could be watching. I wouldn't put it past some, like, government conspiracy. Oh no, not even government, some, like, big corporation, really. Oh, come on, come on! Why? Why do you do so fast? Why? Sorry, hang on. But no, because we have seen that, like, you know, like, different, like, Google, for example, who owns YouTube, the different algorithms that they use for your stuff. They have all these different algorithms in order to optimize the search engine for you specifically. The problem is that they're essentially taking your information and tailoring it for you, which on the surface is very useful, but that also, like, I can't trust that. I can't trust... You can be faster about it. Okay, I guess just dodge. Just dodge and then retaliate. Like, I don't want to trust corporations with that kind of information too much. So, like, with face databases, like with Snapchat, for example, all the different filters, I feel like that's just, again, tinfoil. Tinfoil, I could be wrong, but I feel like that might be a way for companies to keep tabs on people's faces. Like on Facebook, they have that. Right, there's the different filters that people use, and they can, like, you know, like there's like facial recognition technology, which is something that I want to have some sort of a leg up on. That's like, you know, it seems weird, it seems a little bit extra, but like that's what makes me feel a little bit more comfortable, is knowing that, like, my face can't be recognized by some database. Because we actually noticed that, like, everyone, well, people should be wearing masks, but, like, for people that do, though, facial recognition technology doesn't work on you if you're wearing a mask in public. So, you know, stuff like that. Flower. Where else can we find it? Like, essentially anywhere where we have a time crystal. You haven't played it yet. Well, yeah, let me know how it goes. Well, personally, I'm not really... Again, I said I'm not really much of a Mario guy. But the fact that it is a limited release is pretty intriguing to me. Because you'll never know. Maybe down the road I might regret it. Because I know I have in the past. But I guess there's emulation. I don't like emulating. I'm not against emulating. But I prefer just, like, the actual console. I prefer using the actual console for, like, those purposes, just because, like, I like the authenticity of it. It's just that the authentic stuff, quote unquote, is super expensive, which is why people emulate. Or just, yeah, it's expensive because it's hard to find. It's a double whammy. It's hard to find, and it's expensive. Oh! That was easy! I wasted all that time. I wasted everyone's time talking about government conspiracies. Alright. I needlessly added myself as a conspiracy nut. Oh no. No, but, like, the thing is, though, like, it doesn't have to be so extreme, but just the idea that there are databases that have knowledge of your search preferences is a very scary thought. Or not scary. It's a very eye-opening thought for me. Just knowing that. Huh. What? Why? Okay, perfect. We got it censored. But yeah, no, but also, the other reason why, actually, I never really show myself is because, like, the personality thing. It's actually the reason why I find the concept of VTubers very intriguing. Not that I'm particularly interested in being one myself, but it's because when you're a VTuber, you have the avatar, and the avatar looks nice, but that's not the thing that keeps people around. What does keep you around is the fact that you actually have a personality to go with your appearance, and having that added layer of authenticity, wait, hold on, bazaar. I guess this is where the bazaar is? There, hang on. Okay, that should be okay. But yeah, the issue of, like, you know, me saying and talking to you guys, if I looked a certain way, people would assume certain things about me, good or bad. It's worth pointing out that if someone looks good, you're more likely to give them a pass for any of their flaws because they look good. Which is nice, but what if you look bad, then the opposite effect will happen. And that's not good in the sense that, like, if I'm a terrible person on the inside, then that'll be reflected eventually, or it'll be a while before that gets reflected, and when it does, it'll be too late, and people will get hurt. Whereas, if people are around because I'm friendly, and people see me based on how I treat strangers online, I think that's more valuable, and I think that's much better. So when it comes to VTubers, like, you're likable and you're lasting because you actually have a decent personality, whereas if you have no personality, the most you can do is just wear very tight shirts.
Yeah!
I extend my reluctant thanks to you in a gesture of obligatory gratitude. That's no way to talk to someone to save your life. Anyway, this kid wants you to haul some stuff around, and you're gonna help him. Huh. This individual may have restored my operations, but I am not inclined to offer assistance. Serving children is very low in my task priority. Master Link, materials from the windmill have yielded a signal that you may search for with your dowsing ability. Oh, I think I remember this part. Who are you? Your name is Fee. Should I call you Mistress Fee? Are you looking for something, Mistress Fee? Simp mode activated. I understand. At your request, I will carry anything, regardless of weight or destination, because your body is so fine. I'm just putting words in his mouth. I'm writing my own fanfic. I'm sorry. Okay, so I know that it's an Elden, because there was the propeller that was there. Remember the game where we just finished the temple of the Linearu mining facility? Yeah, that's the other thing too, the whole... No, I know where to go. See, this is what I say though, like the replayability. If you remember these things... it's like you know where to go without needing to be told where to go. So when you're replaying it again, the game making doubly sure you know, which is fine if you're playing for the first time or you forgot everything like I did, but for literally everyone else, it's a problem. So that's the thing. Skyward Sword, that's its biggest problem, but that doesn't make it bad. I remember when the game first came out, people were extremely divided on whether or not they liked this game, and I think kind of the problem with fandoms in general actually is that like they lose that sense of individuality, where if a lot of people dislike this game, then I can't like it myself for my own reasons. Like, it's important to look at something objectively and say, okay, so I see problems here, here, and here, but ultimately I like it because of all these other reasons which I think redeem the experience. For example, this is something I love bringing up, is it's okay to admit that, objectively speaking, the graphics of Majora's Mask 64 are terrible. It only stands to reason because those particular games were made on inferior technology. There's no getting around that. Those games look terrible. However, I still prefer how that looks, even though objectively it looks worse. I prefer how that looks over the 3D because I believe that the game's tone fits more perfectly with the unsettling look of the polygonal textures. I'm going the wrong way. I thought I was going back to the desert, but I actually have to go back to the volcanoes. I went the exact wrong way because I was thinking about Majora's Mask. It's kind of like how I felt about Xenoblade Chronicles 1. A lot of people are very split on whether or not the Wii version looks nice, and people get mad whenever people say it looks terrible, but like, inferior technology, it looked dated for 2010, but that's fine because the game's presentation itself is very, very good. Better than most games today. And that's kind of the issue too, is that like it's okay to admit that your favorite game looks terrible, because let's face it, based purely on the technology that was available at the time, they did what they could, but it's just not enough to match up with what exists today. And like to say that Xenoblade DE looks terrible in comparison to the original is just flat out wrong. But it's okay to say that you prefer the old version more. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's one of those things with like Skyward Sword. Like the Legend of Zelda tends to be extremely divided for stuff like this. Like, we can't say that we like this game because all this. There's a cycle. There's a cycle that Zelda games go through. A cycle where, like, the game is introduced and everyone hates the new art style. It happened with Skyward Sword, actually. Everyone hated the art style, similarly to what happened with Wind Waker. But then, over time, it grew on people, and people were like, oh, actually, it's beautiful and timeless because of the art style. Stylistically, this is a very good-looking game, and it is. But again, like, there's that mob mentality with Zelda in general, which is annoying. Yeah, and there were people that were also like that with, like, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild accomplished different things. People didn't like that it didn't accomplish, quote-unquote, what a Zelda game should be. But again, that sense of individuality is important. And I think having more experience, like this whole year has been me playing a lot of games, and it's given me a lot more perspective over what is good in a game and what I take exception to in a game. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily objective, but there are elements to games that I find more preferable, and I like to look for those. And ironically, by narrowing down all those elements, I actually expand on, like, what I can find. So I see that a game has this, and I want to see how that measures up to what my standards are. I'm sorry, there's so much story going on, I just have a lot to say. A lot happened this week. We had 2 conferences, we had a big release of a collection series, I beat Doom Eternal yesterday. My buddy NL is helping Trigger Conroy do the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 walkthrough. It's like lots to talk about, lots to say. I don't know. Like, well, I'm probably not gonna watch it, but because I'm not really into watching Let's Plays. But yeah, it's cool to see that the Xenoblade community has started to intermingle with each other, which is great. Hey, Waynesy, it's been a while. I try my best to remember names as best as I can. Let's return to the sky. Trying to experiment with different ways I can carry the nunchuck wires. Because, like, whenever I swing it around, I'm gonna hit the ball that I'm sitting on. Okay, can I Can I reach this? Yes, I can! Alley-oop! Monster Hunter Rise, I'm very excited for. I can't believe I'm excited for a Monster Hunter game again. That's great. The fact that we're getting another Monster Hunter game... No, 2 Monster Hunter games. What am I even saying? If you need me, feel free to call. For Mistress Fee, I will travel to any destination. There ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough. That keeps me from getting to you, babe. Okay, let's go. That's not the only thing that rose during the trailer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Capcom's stock, it rose exponentially since the announcements of that and the Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Stocks. I just remembered I'm supposed to be looking for Kid. Catch you later. We're supposed to be looking for a kid? Well, I'm sure they'll be fine. Where am I supposed to be pointing this thing? What do I do? I'm a fool. I saw the glowing light. I was like, okay. But then it just kept on going. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley enough. Ain't no river wide enough that keeps me from getting to you, babe. Okay, come on now. Oh, do you know what? Actually, okay, awesome. Dragon's Dogma got a anime adaptation that was released recently, and Dragon's Dogma was one of the best games I played all year. Surprisingly, very surprisingly, and yeah, like, the thing about Dragon's Dogma is that it's directed by Hideaki Itsuno and what's his name? Ryota Suzuki, and those two guys, they worked on the Devil May Cry series, and it proved that they can make good action RPGs and combat without needing to resort to copy DMC. It's just like it's so good. And Ryota Suzuki is also working on Final Fantasy 16, so that's also something I want to look forward to. Okay, we got it. So yeah, it's getting an anime adaptation. Looking forward to that. Going to be watching that after this probably. Maybe I'll watch it while having lunch. We'll see. It'll be great. This is the Dragon's Dogma, unbound by time, all binding grand design. Good times. What's the base plan for the stream, and what boss? Well, the thing is though, we're just getting through. I'm hoping to just get through the game. Da-na-na. Okay, here we go. If you play the Goddess of the Ballad in the F key, it sounds amazing. in my opinion. Like, I don't know if I can sing a bell until it's on, but this is nice. It's like, it's something else. That's why I like it so much. Now you're going to burn a nearby house down! By the power of this magnifying glass. Huh. Beam of light will lead us to the clue about the whereabouts of the three flames. Wait, are we fighting Levias? I don't know when we fight against Levias, but we'll see. Well, the thing is, though, we need to learn an attack from someone that will let us fight against Levias. I cannot remember the ordering of this stuff. All I remember is that the Ancient Cistern was it the 4th dungeon or the 5th dungeon? Let's find out. Remember Cyclos from Wind Waker? That guy was cool. Cyclos and Zephyr. I remember you had to learn an attack to fight against Levias. Well, I guess we need to be like sent back. It has to be like a futile approach. Inside the Thunderdome. Don't worry, we're faster than the enemies. If you keep flapping your wings, you'll be very fast. Huh. Hey, we haven't seen rain at all in this game. Alright. No, I can't do that yet. Okay. I remember this was the game, like this game came out the year Skyrim came out. Like a lot of games came out in 2011. Did I have to go higher? I think maybe I could climb.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, the ability to fly in the Breath of the Wild sequel would have been nice. Okay, let's see what we got. Rotate the sensor pedestal to complete the bridge that allows you to step into the Great Tower. I feel like I could have known that. Okay, that's one. I vaguely remember this. Oh, hang on. Okay, I think I understand, but let me just quickly take a pause break. Be right back. Okay, here we go. Well, it only rains in this stage because this is the inside of the Thunderhead. What other games have you guys been playing lately? Been playing quite a bit. It's let's see. Recently I beat Doom Eternal. I might start Killer is Dead later today, which I'm very excited for because that is a Suda 51 game, one of my favorite game developers, creators. I have an idea. Because this is all a scale model, right? Yes, okay. Kind of understand what I'm doing here. Okay, we have to focus. Okay, what other games have you guys been playing? Let me know. I'm genuinely curious because, like, it'll give me ideas. Ooh, actually, well, I do have quite a few. I might actually, once I beat Killer is Dead, I'm gonna take a long break from playing these games because I'm going to take a very long break because if I beat Killer is Dead, that is game number... Killer is Dead would be number 28, and then number 29 would be Atelier Ryza 2, which I am definitely playing. I don't know if I'll cover that. I probably won't cover it in the channel, maybe. Unless people want to see that. I'll give you my most messed up builds. I feel like I did it. Oh no, I think it was right. Okay, so yeah, Atelier Ryza would be number 29, and then Hyrule Warriors would be the big 30. Ooh, Bioshock. I've heard a lot of good things about 1 and 2, and then Infinite was the one that a lot of people were super split on. Okay, we got it. Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn's another one I want to play. I think I'll get it for the PS4. I know it's on the PC, but I think I'll get it for the PS4 because I'm not super confident. My PC can run Doom Eternal fine, but like even then, like Doom Eternal, it felt like it was like it's not a port. Or it didn't feel like a port of a console game, whereas Horizon Zero Dawn definitely was. So I feel like just having the main console, technologically speaking, might be sound. That's just my imagination. I don't know very much about computers. Ni no Kuni Wrath of White Wedge. Oh, nice. I heard that was a very easy game, but the story was good, which is fine. Not every game needs to be... What's a hard game that's not called Dark Souls? And not every game has to be God Hand. God Hand, yes. Yo, what if Skyward Sword had God Hand combat? That'd be amazing. I feel like more people would like it if it had God Hand. God Hand was one of the best games I played all year. One of the best games I played in recent years, actually. It's so amazing. It's like, oh, oh no, it's Jubileus. No, not Jubileus. It's one of the Archangels from SMT. As soon as I saw that thing moving, I immediately thought, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Like you play the order music. Oh, it's horrifying. We should focus on the story. Fee's dancing for us. You must also earn relic stones, the 3 sacred gifts. 3 sacred treasures! Dun 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 dun. It's so scary. Okay. This is a nice cutscene. The cutscenes in Skyward Sword are pretty standout. They're like, because like, a lot of people point out Twilight Princess because there was so much going on in those cutscenes where like there'd be a lot of fighting. It's much like they really sold the whole this is dark, whereas this one it's like it sells the whole this is mystical, like this is a magical journey that you're on. Farore's courage. I think this is a complaint on my end about the harp in this game, is that you don't actually make music. You just strum, and then the music plays itself. Like, even in Twilight Princess, they had the howling, but you had to do, like, there were, like, different levels of howling that you had to choose from that would alter the music. Granted, it's, like, but that's the thing, yeah, but this is just straight up just the strumming. Oh man, the first thing I thought as soon as I saw the talking angels, like, why did they make it look like a ventriloquist dummy? That was horrifying. Because, like, the stage, it looked very similar to the 5th Kalpa from Nocturne, where it's just a small platform and there's an abyss around you. And I immediately thought, like, the law theme, the order, the law, the opposite of chaos theme from SMT. Oh, don't even remind me of the time I spent half an hour trying to get a Korok seed. That was like a standout moment. I wish I could save the clip of that, just that you guys endure 30 minutes of me. They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. So yeah, think about these enemies. I seem to recall that they actually were a bit threatening, but the thing is though, it's important to recognize that Link is faster than every enemy in the game. I think that's important to recognize for any game that's challenging, actually. Any game, most of the time, there are exceptions obviously, but most of the time, the protagonist is faster than every other being in the game. With the only exception being, like in horror games, where you are meant to feel helpless. Yeah, I'd say that my opinion of Fee has changed quite a bit. I remember thinking she was kind of annoying. Not necessarily, no. She wasn't annoying, so much as she was kind of boring. Like, I mean, it's funny though, we've never been reminded that I've been running out of Wii batteries, but that's because I always fully charge before I play. For stream purposes. But I think... But yeah, no, I just thought she was kind of boring though, because she was a robot, and I didn't like that. But then I played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and we had the mystical sword lady. And it's like, that's like, okay, this is good enough for me. This is good. Not every character needs to be Pyra. Ideally, every character will be Pyra, but in this case, we can make an exception. Okay, we don't have to go there, do we? Let's just go in the woods. Oh, shoot, it is 12. Okay, you know what? Okay, we're gonna establish where we need to go, and then we'll stop there. Oh, we're gonna do a trial. You would make for great programming if I did one of the Silent Realms after a week of not playing, so I'm super rusty and uncomfortable. I think that would be very interesting for you guys. If I did a Silent Realm trial when I'm just trying to get used to the controls. That would make for great programming, I think. Okay, but before we continue, how do we do this? Honestly though, like, again, the Wii remote controls are very good. Like, I have had no problems with them. I've only had trouble with the nunchucks, but that is my problem. That's not the game's problem. It's a lot better than I remember it being. So yeah, I think we will actually... Isn't it like a collection quest that we also have to do? Ooh, friends! We're getting used to this, you guys. We're actually getting pretty good at doing these. I'm learning in real time how to use nunchucks properly. What a dilemma. Hello? Fascinating. Huh. You know what? Hang on. Ooh, that's spooky. Wait, no, but wait, is this gonna be a Silent Realm? Well, I like this song. I think that's another thing I complained about initially. It didn't have enough remixes. But now I think I'm starting to enjoy like new ideas more. Like I think like as I got just as I got older, I began to realize that I think embracing original ideas over just banking on nostalgia is more important. I think the Star Wars sequel trilogy taught me so much. Okay, fine, we'll do this thing and then we'll call it quits for today. Hey! Obligatory Link reference. Okay. Yeah, because I remember like being disappointed there weren't very many remixes that made me feel emotional, but I realized, no, we make new stuff. We make new stuff, you guys. We embrace new stuff, not tradition as much. Sometimes tradition is good, but I think this is good too. Oh man, I totally forgot Spirit Vessel. I remember thinking that these were annoying. They weren't scary so much as they were annoying. But I don't know, like I recently played Resident Evil 2 and that game was like stress the game. I feel like maybe, I don't know, I might be eating my words soon. I'm just gonna be horrified at this, but we'll see. Do you see the glowing objects in front of you? Yes, that's a thing that we have to pick up, right? 15. But that's kind of the thing though, like, because I like my horror games, I like tension, so I appreciate them trying to add that factor to this game. But I think that's the thing though, like, it keeps trying to do different things, and people don't like change, people don't like things that are different. Although I could see it being frustrating, that, like, yeah, you would die in one hit. You want to explain? I got it. Watch me screw it up royally. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. I completely forgot. Okay, I understand now. I understand the rules. Oh, that's so awesome! Okay, yeah, they just put all the information that you need. Usual liquid is known as waking water. You sickos! You sickos at Nintendo! Oh, you sickos. Why would you invent such a thing? Okay, wait, we'll save that for later. X gon' give it to you! I'm sorry. I'm playing so much Resident Evil. Okay, it's very important that we maintain these. I know that it gets progressively more difficult over time, but that just means you gotta chart the correct routes. Route. See, if this was Breath of the Wild, there would be like no anxiety. No, I don't want to make that mistake. I feel like I made that mistake where I tried just jumping off to give myself the free pass. Come on, Link, you can do it. Yeah, you're fine. Fine. I recall the Lineru one was pretty challenging because you had to slide, and like you just cut so much time past that point. Okay. I'm too good at this game is my problem. You sickos! could have just gone. Ah, I could have gone. I could have gone. You sickos! You horrible, horrible people at Nintendo have deemed that necessary to put in this game for the whole family. It'd be funny if it just spontaneously appeared out of nowhere. That would be neat. People would love that. Okay, I've already been here. Where? Okay, before I pick this up, where else can I go? Beacons are up, right? One. Okay. Oh, and there's one all the way over there. Now, how do I reach that? Oh, okay. Oh no, you think you can take me? Okay. Proceed with caution on the way back. This is the killer part. This is the part that just like screws everything up. Think you can take me? Well, that's the thing though. Like you treat the 15 seconds of the pearls as a resource. That hey, you got 30 seconds. To kind of think about it, and then so that's why you kind of like you kind of camp around a tier, and then you just start looking for everything else. It's not that bad for well, this is the easiest one, so I can't be too proud of myself for this one. Honestly, it's not that bad. Again, it's just that you need to ration out your time. Like, don't just go straight to all the ones that you see immediately. Just like really just stop at the tier, then look around, see, and then kind of chart a path from there. Take as much time as you need. You got 30. Wait, is it 30 seconds or 90 seconds? I think it's 90 seconds. It's a long time. No, 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure it's 30 seconds. But yeah, the point of the pearls is that they give beacons for where they are. So you grab that, go to the nearest one you can get, and then just look for all the beacons, and then start charting your path from there. The problem is going to be the no, I don't think it was the Linearu one that was a problem. I think it was the Elden one, because that's the one with the slide. I think that the next one's going to be harder. Yeah, that's the thing though. I'm used to stress. I think that's my thing. I'm used to stress in video games. I mean, I played Doom Eternal, and like I was actually having fun for all the stress that game was putting me through. But that's what it is though. Like you embrace it though. I think that's my thing. I embrace the challenge of it all. Ooh, wait a minute. This game gives cool stuff. They give you new toys. This game keeps giving you new stuff. Why do people hate this? Why do you guys hate this? Maybe you guys are stupid. Maybe that's why. But yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you have a plan, if you don't have a plan, that would stress anyone out. I think not having a plan would stress literally anyone out. So it's understandable what people do. I'm not saying that people are stupid for not getting stressed out, but like you gotta understand the rules, then slowly learn how to break the rules. It's great. It's good game design. That's a little thing called good game design, and I approve of. I want to keep playing. This is fun. I'm having fun, you guys. I can't believe I'm having fun with a 2011 game that's not called Dark Souls. Huh. I don't remember this. Inside the great tree. Okay. What do we got? Uh-huh. Ooh. I need you guys to quickly round yourselves up. Oh, and the reticule changes as well if you can hit them. Interesting. I had it! That's the most frustrating part, I had it! Why? Why? Ah! Oh, come on, dude! Okay, fine. Turns out I'm not actually very good at this game. Well, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, I think, well, it's one of those. It's kind of the thing that I've noticed when it comes to games. It's like, you know, if you look at gaming as an art form, right? Like with cinema, sometimes it needs to sort of challenge your sense of comfort. So not always, but sometimes it does. It doesn't always have to, but that's kind of the stuff that like makes us feel. You know, it's good to embrace the things that make you feel safe. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I think to some degree it's important for art to make you feel uncomfortable because it makes you question why those things make you uncomfortable. Like, you know, you play a game like Resident Evil 2. Very stressful game. I remember making a friend play it against his will. And he had to pause the game at regular intervals because it was just getting too much for him. I was like, yeah, don't worry, I got it. And then I played it, and I was able to get through a lot of the stressful areas very fine, despite the fact that my first playthrough was, like, terrible. And the thing is, though, it's one of those things where, like, it stems, like, you know, for me, like I mentioned with the Silent Realm, it stems from the fact that some, like that people, they go in without a plan, and that scares them. That's like something that genuinely is scary for them. Why? Why? Yeah, like the lack of plan tends to add that layer of unpredictability, and things just quickly spiral out of control as a result. And that's kind of my thing too, though, is that when it comes to, you know, questioning why, by understanding that not having a plan is scary, then at that point, my priority would be to actually find a plan. Here we go, here we go. You were so close. There we go. That is new. I totally forgot these guys existed. That was so close. I actually would have crashed into it if I wasn't so lucky. That was a very bad decision on my part. But yeah, like, what else, though? Like, you learn to question why things make you feel the way you do. It doesn't mean you always have to feel like that. Ideally, you wouldn't have to feel like that very often. Oh, this is the Miyamoto section, where you can aim the game. Yes. Yeah, also I think that goes for me in, like, challenging games. A lot of people, like, they find it so overwhelming, and I do too. I think everyone feels like that. It's just that you have to like think about a bunch of things that help you sort of manage that. Again, it's not something that everyone should have, but it's there. Am I gonna die? Wait! What was the point in you exactly? Okay, well, at least we got that done. Yeah, same thing goes for like, because I played a lot of difficult games over the years too, and it gave me a better understanding of like why that's important. Like, I want people to be able to enjoy those games, but people need to enjoy it on its terms. It's kind of like with Skyward Sword, like, people, or me, I didn't enjoy Skyward Sword on its own terms, which is unfair because it wasn't trying to be Twilight Princess 2.0, it was trying to be its own, it was trying to be Skyward Sword. I think that's very, very interesting to look at it from a creative standpoint, is that they're trying to convey something to you. And I think, in a way, the difficulty of a game, it needs to be there in order to convey that idea that you're learning something from the experience. Ooh, it's been a while since I fought against you, but I remember how to fight you. These guys were actually very easy in Hyrule Warriors. Later. In Hyrule Warriors, those guys are pretty easy. They let themselves get vulnerable really, really quickly. But I think that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you for listening to an old man's rambling. We are pretty much done playing for today. We've been playing for like, I think this is like 12 hours now. We haven't made that much progress, but hey, you know what's gonna happen? We are going to make progress on screen, I think. I think we're gonna just go through the rest of the adventure on its own. So, yeah, let's save and quit. You guys leave on the menu. We went for 3.5 hours and I didn't want to stop. That's good. That's very good. That's how you know it's a good game. Anyways, guys, thank you very, very much for joining me. Next week we are going to do, I'm assuming it's going to be the Ancient Cistern. Awesome, yes, we're going to go to my favorite dungeon of the game. Anyways, what's going to be going on? For those of you guys that are watching the archives, thank you very, very much for joining. I always appreciate having you guys around. All of you guys in the chat that have been talking to me, I enjoy. If you guys don't feel comfortable talking to me in the chat, that's cool. If you guys want to say stuff, that's, you know, I'm totally down. Again, like I said, I mentioned earlier that YouTube, it's social media, and there's no point in social media if you can't enjoy it with other people. So, yeah, see you guys next week. We're going to continue. In terms of video content, I really do want to continue videos down the road. It might be a little bit difficult to do that. I think streams are a safe pick for now. But eventually, as more releases come out for the Switch, we're going to look at that, because that is the focus of our channel. Guys, thank you very, very much. It is Saturday today. If you guys are back in school, do well, study hard. You guys will be great. Just don't let a bad grade get you down. I think that's something I should say, and I think more people need to hear. Don't let one bad grade get you down. It's still very early. People come back from bad situations all the time. I say that as someone that has been in a lot of bad, tight spots in school, but trust me, you're gonna make it. Just keep at it. Don't get discouraged if you fail, because people fail all the time. But you're gonna be fine. Just keep at it. Those of you guys that are working, I know work can be stressful, especially these days. Bad days happen sometimes, and I get that. But there's always people that are willing to talk to you. Maybe they're not the people that you want to talk to, but you know, we're all in this together. I hope. Everyone's different, but you guys will be great. Just keep on grinding, and you'll be okay. Yes! Okay, yeah, I'll probably hang out with some other people later. Might start Killer is Dead, which is an exciting prospect. Whew! Killer is Dead! Guys, have fun. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Play some good games. Play some Zelda. Play some Zelda. Play some Xenoblade. Play the good stuff. Anyways, bye-bye! I want to say the A word, but I probably shouldn't. Don't say the A word. Do not. Do not say the A word. Don't do it, Dio! No, I won't.